Avocado is one of the most popular fruits in the world today. It is widely known for its rich taste, creamy texture, and its role in a healthy diet. People eat avocado every day, in salads, on toast, in sandwiches, or simply on its own. Unlike many other fruits, avocado is rich in natural fats. These fats give it its smooth, buttery texture and make it feel dense and satisfying. Avocado is often associated with freshness, nutrition, and modern food culture. We are very familiar with how avocado looks and feels. Soft, creamy, and easy to spread, its texture is instantly recognizable. But while avocado is a common part of everyday meals, few people ever think about what it looks like on the inside. At a microscopic level, what gives avocado its smooth consistency? Why does it feel creamy rather than juicy? Why does its texture change so quickly when exposed to air? The answers to these questions are hidden deep inside the structure of the fruit. In this video, I take an ordinary piece of avocado, the same kind people eat every day, and examine it under a microscope. I begin by showing the avocado as we normally see it, before preparing a very small sample. The sample is tiny, almost invisible to the naked eye, yet it contains the full internal structure of the avocado. Once placed on a microscope slide and carefully prepared for observation, this small fragment becomes a window into a hidden world. At 80 times magnification, the avocado sample spreads across the slide as a soft, uneven layer. It no longer looks like a familiar piece of fruit and instead begins to resemble organic material with a fluid structure. The surface appears moist and flexible, with gently flowing contours rather than sharp or rigid edges. Some areas look lighter and almost translucent, while others appear denser and slightly darker. The structure feels continuous yet uneven. Different regions blend into each other without clear boundaries. These lines curve naturally and follow no strict pattern. Small, rounded shapes are scattered throughout the field of view. They vary in size and seem embedded within the softer background. At this level, the avocado does not appear solid. It looks pliable and easily deformable, reflecting the creamy texture we recognize when eating it. At 200 times magnification, the internal organization of the avocado becomes more noticeable. The structure begins to show finer detail and clearer separation between different regions. Rounded formations appear throughout the image. They are unevenly distributed, forming clusters in some areas and remaining isolated in others. These rounded shapes have smooth boundaries and lighter interiors. They stand out clearly against the surrounding material. The background appears granular and layered, composed of countless tiny elements pressed together. The spaces between structural components appear filled, contributing to the fruit's softness. Some regions look stretched and thin, while others appear thicker and more compact. At 800 times magnification, the avocado reveals a much more detailed microscopic landscape. The field of view fills with clearly defined rounded bodies of different sizes. These structures appear smooth and almost perfectly circular with well-defined edges. They stand out strongly from the surrounding material. Many of them group together into dense clusters. Others remain more isolated, suspended within the softer matrix. The surrounding area looks textured and granular, filled with countless tiny particles. This contrast defines much of the avocado's internal structure. The avocado no longer appears as a single substance. It looks like a combination of different components interacting closely with one another. Some regions appear tightly packed, while others remain looser and more open. This variation adds complexity and depth. At this scale, the avocado begins to resemble a microscopic landscape rather than food. At 2,000 times magnification, the avocado becomes almost unrecognizable as something edible. The structure fills the entire frame, revealing detail far beyond human perception. Large, smooth boundaries dominate the image, enclosing dense and highly organized regions. These boundaries follow gentle organic curves shaped by natural processes. Along the edges, countless tiny circular formations line up closely together. They trace the contours of the larger structures, forming repeating patterns. Inside these enclosed regions, the material appears uniform and tightly connected. Every element seems to play a role in maintaining the overall structure. Tiny particles are visible throughout the entire field of view. They add texture and depth to what once appeared smooth and simple. At this scale, the avocado no longer feels like just food. It looks like a microscopic environment built from balance, interaction, and structure. This hidden world exists inside something familiar, something people eat every day without ever seeing it this way. Looking this closely changes how ordinary things feel. It encourages curiosity about what is usually overlooked. And if exploring these hidden worlds feels interesting, there is much more waiting to be discovered beyond this view, right here in the next videos.